Okay. Um, I'm going to point out a few scriptures in reference to El Shaddai, um, which means God the breasted one. We're going to go to Genesis chapter 35, verse 10 and 11. Let's start there for a few scriptures of reference to El Shaddai being God with breast, or I am the breasted one. God also said to him, I am God Almighty. That's El Shaddai. It's really talking about the breasted one. Be fruitful and multiply. A nation and a company of nations shall come from you, and kings shall come forth from you. That's verse 10. Let's look at verse 11. That's actually verse 11 that I did read. And God said to him, I am God Almighty. I am, I am, I am El Shaddai. Be fruitful and increase in number. A nation and a community of nations will come from you, and kings will be among your descendants. Let me see. Let's also go look at Isaiah. I'll come back to Genesis in a minute. Isaiah chapter 66. Let's start with verse 10. Rejoice with Jerusalem and be glad for her, all you who love her. Rejoice greatly with her, all you who mourn over her. Verse 11, for you will nurse and be satisfied at her comforting breasts. You will drink deeply and delight in her overflowing abundance. Verse 12, and for this is what the Lord said. So this is what I am saying. I will extend peace to her like a river, and the wealth of nations like a flooding stream. You will nurse and be carried on her arm and dangled on her knees. Verse 13, as a mother comforts her child, so will I comfort you. And you will be comforted over Jerusalem. As a mother comforts her child, so will I comfort. So will I comfort you, and you will be comforted over Jerusalem. As a mother comforts her child. We didn't say dad, we didn't say daddy, we didn't say father. A woman, a female, she nurses, she produces milk for the baby to suck. Males don't have breasts. A baby, they can't nurse a baby. They don't comfort a child as a mother comforts a child. Let's look at Genesis chapter 28, verse 3. You might want to write down these scriptures. Okay, let's read Genesis chapter 28, verse 3. God Almighty bless you and make you fruitful and multiply you, that thou mayest be a multitude of people. And God Almighty, which is El Shaddai, bless you and make you fruitful and multiply you, that you may be a multitude of people. Oh, and let's go